the third violent attack in Dublin in the last 3 days. Today here on North Strand, a foreigner attacked a man with a hammer. So this just happened today. It's breaking news. Wednesday, the 24th of September, 2025. It happened right across the street from the new mural claiming everybody is welcome, even hammer-wielding foreigners from Real News era. Absolutely crazy stuff. I mean, these attacks are so flippin' prominent now. It's unbelievable. Let's watch this video.
Here we are at the North Strand Welcomes All sign unveiled by the Lord Mayor and Daniel Ennis the other day. Just as we look across the road now, you'll see armed response units, fire brigade, ambulance. A man just sitting there outside the Cloud Cafe, minding his own business. Attacked with a hammer. A local man ran after him and grabbed him. The Gardaí wandered down the road with him eventually and put him into the car, a female Garda, rather than the way that anybody else from this area would have been treated. They'd have been cuffed and dragged into the back of that car. Is this what we welcome here in this area? I say it's not. And we want an end to these incidents. A man now on his way to hospital with a serious head injury. That's the type of society that the woke liberals in this country want.
Wow. So the North Strand Welcomes All sign was only unveiled literally a few days ago, saying come one, come all, let's have everyone. This sort of EU, UN human trafficking ring that's happening in Ireland. And then of course, someone that's not from the area, that's not from Ireland, attacks somebody else. I mean, this is crazy. This has been happening so much. I'm not sure if this is gang related or what is actually happening here. They say that he was just a random guy sitting there peacefully. And of course, the guy came up outside the Cloud Cafe and hit him in the head with a hammer. So massive hammer. You can actually see the hammer on the ground there. Crazy stuff, guys. There's blood on the hammer. Terrible, terrible stuff. A claw hammer. And the Gardaí just ran after him and picked him up. And they didn't even put him in handcuffs. Look at this. Look at this picture right here. They don't even have him in handcuffs, guys. Why aren't his hands behind his back in handcuffs? I mean, why aren't the Gardaí putting him on the floor and putting him in handcuffs? Like, that's the first thing you do, guys. That's basic policing. I mean, we'd really take a soft touch here in this country, and that's going to end badly. You know, when criminals aren't afraid to commit crimes, it ends badly. This is just going to keep getting worse and worse, and it's just crazy stuff. I mean, these new murals are telling everyone to come welcome all, and it's ironic, right? Because this guy's not from Ireland, and he goes crazy with flipping a hammer. Crazy stuff. You couldn't have written it better. It's like a flipping romantic novel if it wasn't so flipping criminally crazy. The next video is in relation to the gender education that's now being taught in the new school curriculum for kids, for literally 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. And Ken O'Flynn questions Minister for Education Helen McEntee in the Dáil about it.
The attempt to slip in gender ideology into new primary school curriculum under the label of well-being. They've spoken in their thousands in forums. And yet the government presses on. At a time when children face many challenges of growing up, I believe it is reckless to add confusion and division into the classroom. Schools are meant to give stability, not be a laboratory for ideology. Minister, biology, the reality of biology, it is a fact. To my mind, a male is a male and a female is a female. Parents want clarity on this, not ideology. So let me put this question very plain and simply to you and your government. Minister, what is a woman?
Oh, perfect question. So, you know, he says at the beginning there, in terms of gender ideology, there's only two, guys, male and female. Everything else is mental illness, in my personal opinion, and everybody now knows that this woke, crazy, lefty ideology is brainwashing the minds of kids. Secondly, he puts the question, the beautiful question that Helen McEntee and all these lefto Marxist communists can't answer. He says, what is a woman? And I haven't watched this video yet, but I guarantee, I'll bet my whole YouTube channel on it, that she will not answer this question. Same with Micheál Martin didn't answer it. Same with Simon Harris didn't answer it. Nobody answers this question. You know why? Because they want to distort reality. Okay? They want to make us feel like we're the weirdos. When matter of fact, they have the crazy psychotic brain of these lefty woke liberals that are trying to destroy the country from within, destroy the heritage, destroy the culture.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Can Corlia. Was really pleased to launch the new primary school curriculum this week, something which has been developed for many years in consultation with schools, with teachers, with parents, but also with young people. There's no miscommunication, there's no confusion. We're very clear as to what's in the curriculum. There's a greater emphasis on physical health, but there's an emphasis on making sure that we support young people's well-being. We want to make sure that we support young people to be resilient young people, but that we also have classrooms that are warm and welcoming and safe. I'm very clear what's in the curriculum, just to be clear on this, because there is no confusion here other than what you've just said, which is completely inaccurate. We will talk to young children about puberty. What they've told us is that we're talking to them too late, that it's already happened and there's no point in talking to them in 6th class. That will happen at an earlier stage. We'll talk to young people about issues like sexual orientation.
Thank you, Minister.
We have voted for marriage equality. We voted for it 10 years
Thank
ago.
you, Minister.
We are very
Deputy.
clear that we recognise, as we should, same-sex couples
Thank you.
and
Deputy
relationships.
Nisho
And that-
Carroll. Thank you, Minister. Deputy Nisho.
That's the greatest non-answer I've ever heard. Of course, I get to keep my YouTube channel because I know that these woke lefties will never answer that question. If you guys are speaking to somebody, just ask them the question if you think they're left or right or whatever, if you're confused about basically whether or not they're woke liberal. Just ask them the simple question. What is a woman? If they start going off on tangents about this kind of stuff, if they say anything other than a chromosome answer, then they're crazy. If you ask me, guys, they're flipping crazy. They're nuts. And you can't change my mind otherwise, because they're trying to distort reality. They're trying to make us emotional rather than logical. And emotion in nature is not good. We need to be logical and factual with things, not crazy and flipping emotionally detached and deranged. So of course she didn't answer the question. She said, well, we're going to teach the kids this puberty. You know, they said that it's been taught to them too late and we should teach it to them earlier. How early? Should you teach them at 5 years old that there's 10 different genders or 1,000 different genders, that you can be same-sex, intersex, asexual, bisexual? You want to teach that to 5-year-olds? 6-year-olds, 3-year-olds? How about not just teach it to them the second they start learning English? This is a deep, dark, weird, Marxist, perverted road that the government are going down. I'll just put it that way, guys. It's a perverted road that the government are pushing on the people. The last video we have here today is a perfect, short, but powerful message. He asked, do you support this country in the Middle East, Palestine? And if so, if you're LGBT, you understand that they would kill you in these countries. And she says yes. This one's going to be crazy. Listen to this, guys.
Pro-Palestine?
Yeah, of course, free Palestine.
Are you pro the LGBT community?
I am gay.
What do you know what would happen to LGBT people in Palestine?
Yeah, but I don't care.
Really?
Because something bad is happening to them, so it doesn't matter if they would support me or not, I'm still going to respect them as human beings.
So you don't care if they would kill you if you went over there?
No.
You're still going to support them?
Yeah. Because it's the right thing to do.
What if that ends up killing you in the future?
Then that's the way I'm meant to go.
Are you pro-Palestine?
Yeah.
A perfect video. A few comments here from Dan Bilzerian. He says, bad take, she's right. It's J versus Gentile, not right versus left. To a point, I do agree with that. Of course, we all know, that sort of question now about the countries in the Middle East and that kind of conflict they have. But all that aside, it's true. A lot of these people that support the LGBT, they would be killed in these Middle Eastern countries. So bear that in mind. And basically any country, Africa, Middle East, South Asia, all these other countries don't recognize this stuff. It's only North America and Europe. Okay, let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much. We have 29 members now. So if you guys want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video, become a member as well. It's just €3 per month, can help support me, push back against the woke liberals in the Irish media, because you'll never hear these news stories in the media. This news story that I showed you at the beginning, the man getting hit over the head with the hammer, will not be showed in mainstream news. Okay, it will be completely ignored. That's what they do. That's what the mainstream media do, guys. They lie to us en masse about our actual own eyes seeing things. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you all in the next one, lads. Peace.